Welcome back, colleagues. We will continue our discussion of English 1301 Freshman Composition, Topic 1. In this lesson, we will look at pre-writing your paper and some of the strategies that might be associated with developing an outline for you to use to write your paper. Finding and developing ideas for writing takes planning. Writing is hard work. Good writing, though, always begins with a good idea. Without an interesting idea, even the most skilled writer will produce a dull or meaningless work. Now, you may struggle at discovering ideas about which you want to write. Keep in mind that you probably have many good ideas. You just do not know how to identify and develop those ideas. Our goal in this course will be to help you isolate an idea and develop that idea into a paper. Then we will move forward to look at writing a research paper, which is a little bit different than just a normal paper. Discovering ideas for writing, again, is very hard work, and the seed for every idea takes root in your personal experiences. You have been places, you have done things, you have seen things, you have heard things, and all of those can lead to a seed for an idea that could turn into a good paper. From that seed, the idea grows, it branches, and is developed. Your dreams and direct experiences provide a rich field of ideas to engage your pen. You have within you what is needed to develop a very good paper. You just need to know the process. You need to learn how to organize your work and then how to build on that organization. The things you have done, heard, or experienced can constitute the substance of an awesome paper. When I wrote this PowerPoint that is underlying the base of this video, I was thinking about taking my wife to Greece, and we went to the temple of Poseidon down in southern Greece, and I'm standing there all alone. And the wind is blowing, and all of a sudden something blows to me. And I look down, and it's a €5 note. Poseidon gave me €5, and I bought my wife a Coke and me a thing of cold water thanks to the generosity of Poseidon, the god of the sea in Greece. Well, you know, a lot of awesome things have happened to you, and you've had a lot of experiences. All you have to do is be able to develop those, and they can turn into very awesome papers. Some examples of personal experiences that can generate ideas follow. A nightmare can provide the idea for a horror story. You ever had a nightmare? Well, you could write a horror story based on it. A piano recital can lead to an article about the sacrifice necessary for success. A flyer about a lost dog can generate a story about a missing puppy. A news report about a hurricane can lead to an adventure story about surviving a hurricane. Your experiences can generate a seed. That seed can be developed and turned into a paper. And what we're going to do is develop the process or examine the process for developing that seed to the point that you can write a good paper about it. All the things you've ever done, seen, read, or heard about can lead to ideas for writing. Think about the following topics. Meaningful things. Friends. You ever had any interesting friends? Interest in hobbies. Things you enjoy, things that annoy you. All of those can lead to papers of interest. When you're developing ideas, you might want to consider some short questions. And you've heard these before. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Well, 6 little things that can help you take an idea and expand it. For example, thinking about a lost gym bag. Who? Who are the people in the story? What? A gym bag is lost. When? Well, when was it last seen? Where? Where was it last seen? Why? Why was the gym bag lost, and how was it lost? You could talk about how it was recovered, all sorts of different things. But you take an idea, a concept of a lost gym bag, and you break it down into different categories about who, what, when, where, why, and how. That's one example of taking an idea or a seed and expanding it. Now, the identification of relationships provides another strategy for developing ideas. Nothing exists in isolation, and everything is connected. Relationships can be complex and difficult to explain. Sometimes relationships are things like cause and effect, and they provide a good model for examining relationships. Learn to look for and recognize relationships. Brainstorming is another strategy for developing ideas. Write down all the ideas related to the topic that come to mind. In brainstorming, you're not trying to evaluate those ideas yet. You're not trying to judge whether they're good or bad. You're not trying to organize them. All you're trying to do is have them. What are the ideas that come to mind about a specific topic? You write them all down. Once you've got them all written down, then you can go about organizing and developing them. Do not pause to analyze your ideas during brainstorming. This comes later. Your purpose is to discover and expand the topic using your ideas. We can use an Ishikawa Fishbone Diagram to brainstorm. What is an Ishikawa Fishbone Diagram, you ask? Well, here is an example. It could have more bones to it. I want you to notice you have the backbone and the bones, the rib bones. Many years ago, I was asked to work with the state of Texas on a committee that developed what is called the WECM, the Workforce Education Course Manual, and I was given the field of drafting, where they had a great difficulty in analyzing the outcomes for the courses. So in each course, I took the group and I put up an Ishikawa Fishbone Diagram, and I gave the course topic, course name, and I said, what are the things that can be taught in this course without any idea to order? And they started giving me those things that could be taught. I put them down, and then we organized them, and we came up with specific things that were taught in the course. The Fishbone Diagram is a quick way to analyze your ideas or just capture your ideas. We have the gym bag. Where was it lost? What type gym bag was it? It's a pretty neat deal. Why would it have been stolen? And all sorts of different ideas that you might want to organize. But the Ishikawa Fishbone Diagram is just a good, quick way to brainstorm ideas. My wife enjoys using a bubble concept, where you have a topic and the ideas are bubbling up and you just write them down. Brainstorming is about throwing out ideas related to a specific topic. You will organize them and order them later. Researching is a good strategy for developing ideas. The internet provides a vast resource of ideas and concepts. Now, the danger with the internet is that you can steal ideas from it and claim that you did them. You can find things on the internet that are not true. But in order to search the internet, you need to use key terms to guide your inquiry. These terms help you focus your search and stay on track. Remember that anyone can post information on the internet, and the information must be vetted for validity. I have found internet sites that claim all sorts of things. Bigfoot was found. Bigfoot moves to California and rents a high-rise apartment. All of those weird ideas like that. You need to use some common sense to evaluate the site that you're looking at. Is the information correct? But the internet can help you search topics if you have the right key terms. And of course, keep in mind that some information is intentionally deceitful on the internet. I was looking the other day on YouTube and had all these things come up about political concepts. And I thought, my gracious, surely people can think for themselves. And they made all these crazy claims to get you to look at the topic. Well, some information is intentionally deceitful. You have to vet the information that you pull down from the internet. You need to take the time to organize your ideas. There is what is called the theory of expertise. And in the theory of expertise, an expert is someone who is very familiar with the process. A novice is someone who doesn't understand the process. A novice will rush in and go to work. The expert will take time to plan and organize and choose the routes. But very quickly, the expert will pass the novice and finish the task while the novice is still floundering around. Well, writing is kind of like that. The expert writer takes time to organize their writing and to look at the thoughts, lay out a plan, and then follow that plan. Some people just want to rush forward and begin writing, sit at the computer, and go to work. Good luck to you. When you do that, you're missing out on the fact that organization helps you clarify and order your ideas, and rushing forward leads to disorganization and failure. When you jump in and just rush forward, you face disorganization, and that disorganization can cause you to fail, and then you can decide you're a poor writer. Well, you're not really a poor writer, you just didn't take time to organize the paper. I'm going to teach you how to organize a paper so that you can write that paper and have a plan and know exactly what you're attempting to do. Think about the simple structure of designing your paper. Now, a simple paper has an opening paragraph, body paragraphs, 3 or more, and then a concluding paragraph. The opening paragraph includes the topic and the problem or situation the paper is about. An opening paragraph has an opening sentence. The opening sentence is extremely important. One of my favorite opening sentences was written by Faulkner, and the book opens with a sentence, "Hog Williams was drunk again." Doesn't that sentence just draw you in and you want to know what's going on? My wife this morning, I said something about opening sentences, and she said it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. In this course, we're going to look at developing an opening sentence to help you open your paper with a good opening paragraph. It includes the topic and the problem or the situation that the paper is about. Body paragraphs provide information on the topic. This is where you have done your research, you have outlined what you're going to do, you have your opening, this content, this content, this content, and then the conclusion. The content that you have in these paragraphs will be about the ideas that you have developed in regard to the topic, and you will develop them. I'll show you how to do a body paragraph. And then the concluding paragraph, drawing things to a conclusion, includes a brief summary of the main ideas expressed in the paper. Doesn't sound hard. An opening paragraph, 3 body paragraphs, and a concluding paragraph. Once you learn to do this, it's pretty good. In designing your paper, you identify the opening of the article, you formulate the topics and the body of the article, and they outline the closing of the article. Writing a paper is the result of brainstorming, planning, and hard work. Your challenge is to master the process and make it work for you. I'm reminded that in the American Civil War, General Sherman faced inquiry about his scorched earth policy in northern Georgia, and his answer was, "War is hell." Well, if you think war is hell, sit down and write a paper. I saw a joke the other day of an old man in front of a young English teacher, and it said, Mr. Jones, I know you've been working on this essay since 1923, but it's time to bring it to a close. I don't want you to have to spend 100 years working on an article and a paper. I want you to develop a process that you go through. You have in mind what you're trying to accomplish. You develop an outline, you organize it, and then you sit down and go to work. Your challenge is to master the process and make it work for you. Don't panic. You've got this. Now, I know it's very easy to just go running out in panic. Now, oh my God, we're going to have to write a paper, blah, 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 blah. No, if you will learn this process, you've got it. You can do this. You have many life experiences. You have encountered many different things, and this should actually be a course that helps you grow. And writing is a skill, but writing is also a sellable skill. It is a workforce skill, and I want you to do well at it. I'm here to help you. Don't panic. You've got this.